This is an Olight Arkpro flashlight. It's a handheld torch made by Olight. It's super convenient. It's got a number of features. I've been using it for a couple of weeks, and I even used it to help try and find a dead body. True story. I'll tell you about that at the end of the video. But for now, let's talk about this torch. I've already opened it because I've been using it, so let's just pop it open and get it out and have a look. This is what it is. It's made out of some kind of alloy or aluminium. It's definitely not plastic. It's strong and durable. It's a rectangular shaped torch. The beauty of a rectangular shaped torch is it doesn't roll off anything. If you set it on a table, the bonnet of your car or anything like that, it doesn't roll. It's magnetic charged at the back. So right now that's just sitting on the side of the car. You can't see it, but it's also USB-C charged. So you can charge it via the USB-C in that hole or via the convenient magnetic charging at the back. It has 3 torches on it. It has 3 settings. It has a spotlight. I'll double click it to turn it on. That's the spotlight. You turn it on to one more. That's the floodlight. Then one more. That's the UV light. You might not be able to see that because it's not very dark. And there's a little button on the side over here. If I push that, it is, if I can get it on there, it's a laser. Right, so we've got a floodlight, a spotlight, a UV light, and a laser all in one. I will show you these after dark tonight. Now, the floodlight, it's very bright. It's got different settings, and I'll talk more about that shortly. But the floodlight is very bright. The spotlight is not a tight spot. Basically, it's a bit of a flood, but it's more of a condensed flood, just to give you a brighter light that goes a little bit further. In any case, it's not a hunting light. That's not a torch that you would take out the bush to go spotlighting animals. It's a convenient torch to use for everyday use. Very popular in an everyday carry bag, very popular in a toolbox, very popular in your just to have in your car. It's just a very handy torch. And another cool feature of this torch is this sort of S-shaped clip. These are really good, and I've got this envelope here with me to demonstrate this because I haven't got a hat. Pretend that's the brim of a hat. All I've got to do is put that on there, put my hat on, and then it acts as a headlamp. And it's a very, very effective headlamp too, I've got to tell you. And you can actually mount that either way. Because of the shape of that S, you can have it facing that way, or you can have it facing upside down. You can have it facing that way. So, it's a spotlight, it's a floodlight, it's a UV light, it's a laser, and it's a head torch all in one, and it can be charged with USB-C or by magnetic charging. That's the instructions. This is all the power breakdown of how much power the torch uses in each setting. It might as well be written in Chinese. It's so confusing. I'd be better off to read the writing at the back because it is in Chinese. What's happening here, there's 3 Arkpro models. There's the Arkpro Lite, the smaller one, the Arkpro, which is this one, and the Arkpro Ultra, which is a little bit bigger. And they've got all the specifications for each one in the same box. It's made it quite confusing to read, but I'm going to try and simplify it as much as I can, give you a quick idea of what the torch can do, and then you can go onto the website and find out more about it. Basically, the Arkpro Lite is 1200 lumens in turbo mode. This one here, the Arkpro, is 1500 lumens in turbo mode, and the Arkpro Ultra is 1700 lumens in turbo mode. But turbo only goes for a couple of minutes, so it looks really good on paper. Wow, 1500 lumens, and it is amazingly bright, but you only get it for a couple of minutes. It uses a lot of power, the torch gets hot, and that's the same with any of these torches. Not just Olight torches, any of these torches that have the really crazy bright turbo mode. Turbo comes in handy. There's a lot of times you don't use the torch for more than a minute or so. You just pick it up, do what you want with it, and turbo is fantastic. But for long use, these are the specs you need, and this is the high. So in flood mode uses more power. Flood mode in high, you get 520 lumens for 155 minutes, and that throttles down to 10 minutes. And in spot, you get 400 lumens for 125 minutes, and then you get 10 minutes at 100 lumens before the battery dies. And then there's medium, low, and moon under that, which I'm not going to go into because that will be just boring. And if you want to know, you'll go onto the website and have a bit of a look. Most people just want to know how bright the torch is, not the steps in the middle. So basically, if you turn it on the turbo, like if you put it on a turbo like that, You get a couple of minutes of turbo, then you'll get 2.5 hours of very bright, usable light in either spot or moon. Either spot or flood, and I'll tell you more about that later. It is worth noting this does have a moon mode. You just hold the button down until it comes on. There's moon. Then you hold it down now and it'll cycle through low, medium, high. And to get into turbo mode, you just double click from anywhere and that's in turbo mode. Before I jump to the nighttime scene that I haven't even filmed yet, I just want to tell you a story. You may remember at the start of this video I told you that I used this to help find a dead body. It's a true story. The Winton wetlands here in northeast Victoria is a vast area of bushland. It's thick with wildlife. There's lots of swamps and lagoons, kangaroos, birds. It used to be Lake McCowan and now it's the Winton wetlands. It's one of my favourite places. Last week I was over there flying my drone. I bought a new drone, a DJI Flip, and I was over there last week flying my drone, and I went and I got some really good drone video and drone photos. And there's one spot I looked down at a dam and I went down to see whether there was any water in it. There's not much water in the Winton wetlands at the moment. When I got down low, I've got a couple of photos of that dam and a bit of video footage. Then I went and explored and everything. Then I went home that night and I was reviewing the footage that I'd filmed that day, and I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, that looks like a body. I'll put it on the screen now. Can you see the body in the green grass? So I got that photo and I cropped it really tight, and I used AI software called Topaz Labs just to try and bring the resolution up a little bit so I could get in a bit closer and have a look. And even when I was in closer, it still looked like a body. I was convinced this was a body. Now, a couple of years ago, a man in his 40s went missing at the Winton wetlands. I was over there. This is a true story. I went over there to go bushwalking and taking wildlife photos. I was walking through the swamp with my camera looking for birds, and the helicopter flew over and there was ambulances and police cars all around, and I thought there must have been some kind of a convention. There was just SAS. And then the ambulance sort of had the police helicopter hovered just above me. So I had a look on my phone. I thought, what's going on? And I had a look, and there was a man missing there. He went missing from the Winton wetlands area. He was last seen running into the Winton wetlands with no shoes on, and it was a middle-aged man in his 40s with dark skin and a blue shirt. Well, I've got quite dark skin because I spend a lot of time outside, and I was wearing a blue shirt, so they were obviously looking to see if it was me. But that man's never been found. It's a sad story, and I feel for the whole family. But when I saw that, what looked like the body on the drone video, I thought, I've got to go over and see, and that might be the guy they've never found. So that night, after we'd reviewed that footage and looked at those photos, my wife and I and one of our daughters, Holly, we went over to the Winton wetlands and we walked in about 1 kilometre to this spot, 9 o'clock at night with our torches. They both had previous torches that I've reviewed, but I took this one with me. I wanted this because it's got UV, and I thought, if that is a body, that it looks like it is, then I'll put it in UV mode, because no doubt there'll be something in his clothing with UV in it, whether it's a shoelace or just a label on an old label. Even if it's dirty, the UV should still jump out at me. So we went over there to check out this body. I took this with me, heaps of light to walk in and walk out and do what I wanted to do, and the UV where I needed it to see whether there was any UV in this decaying mess. This is what we found when we got there. The moment of truth. Well, obviously it's not a dead body, because if it was, you wouldn't be seeing this video. It's a kangaroo. We've come out here to the Winton wetlands at night time to see if we could see whether it was a dead body or not, and it's not. Anyway, time to walk back. Well, thankfully it was only a kangaroo, but you've got to admit it does look a lot like a body in that thing. Part of me was hoping it was that man that had gone missing, because it would have brought closure to his family. But anyway, if I sound a little bit funny in this video with my voice, I've actually been really unwell, so I apologise if I'm a bit wheezy, having a bad run with my asthma at the moment. But anyway, I've filmed everything that I need to film now, and then tonight I'm going to go out in the dark and play with this and show you how it works. Rightio, it's night time. I've made my way out the bush to show you how bright this torch is. Now, before I do, a quick disclaimer, that first half of this video with the nice lush green grass, that was filmed about 6 weeks ago. Olight sent me an email and just asked me to hold off sharing it until further notice. I don't know why. I'm going to assume it was probably a stock issue. Maybe it's so awesome that they want to make sure they've got plenty of stock before the sale. I've got no idea. But anyway, for whatever reason, they've given me the green light today. So that was filmed about 6 weeks ago. Now, this torch, the Olight Arkpro, goes on sale for the first time now. The moment this video drops is the moment that this torch is on sale. Now, there's a link in the video description below to where you can find it. While it's on special, you can use my discount code RF5 to get a further 5% off the special price. And outside of sale times, it's RF10 to get 10% off any time. But RF10 won't work during the sale. Right, all that said and done, let's go and play with this torch. Low, medium, high. And there's a cow just over there, you might not be able to see him. And then turbo. Just to give you an idea. What I might do is take this hat off and then just carry the torch in my hand. But at the moment, it's really good. Look at how well it's working as a headlamp. I can see everywhere where I'm going. No worries at all. So I'll go low, medium, high. No possums up there. Right, I'll take the hat off and we'll come back. Right, now let's run through the settings. That's spot mode and that's in low. Can't see the other side of the river there. Let's go to medium. You're starting to see the other side of the river. Let's go to high. That's lighting the other side of the river up, no worries. And turbo. So that's the spot mode. You can see quite a fair way with that spot mode. Any possums in the tree? Right, let's go now to flood. I'll flick the switch. Now we're in flood. Right, I'll go into moon. It's on, but the camera's not really picking it up. Low, medium, and high. So in flood, it doesn't go to the other side of the river, but it gives us, it lights up the entire little sandbar here. That's in high. That's what you get for a couple of hours. That's not turbo. That's turbo there. And that's lighting up the other side of the river. That's throwing out quite a lot of light for such a small torch. But let's look at the high. So low, medium, high. That's plenty bright enough. Now, let's look at the UV. I've got to go and get something out of my car. Right, I'll go to low. Right, here we have a few cod lures, a few different types of cod lures. Let's have a look and see which ones have got UV in them and how much. Oops, that spot. There we go, look at that. Some people believe fish see UV. If they do, that's what they're seeing. That one there has only got a little bit in the bib. Oh, hang on, there might be a little bit underneath, is there? Oh yeah, there's a bit underneath as well. It's bright orange under there. This one here, custom-made lure from Pitbull Lures. It's even too bright for the camera to show you. That's just shining like a beacon. That Bassman spinnerbait hasn't got much UV in it at all. This one here has. It's got stripe. That's a one-well lunch, but you can see the UV stripes down the side. And that's a Damiki Brute. That's just glowing like mad. So if I hold the camera, the torch up here, that's what the UV does. So if I go into into flood mode, there's the lures, go into UV, and there's the lures under the UV light. So if you're cod fishing and you want to choose a lure with UV in it, or you might want a lure with a rattle or without a rattle, or a diver or a surface popper, you might think maybe I'll try something with UV. Well, this will help you make that decision. What about me? Have I got any UV on me? I laugh how it always makes my glasses go dark. Looks like I got sunglasses on. I took a photo like this when I first got it and shared it on my Facebook, and people were asking why I was wearing sunglasses at night. So there's the lures, but if you look down there in the back, that's the carry strap of my esky. You can't see the esky. There's not enough light coming off it because it's got no UV on it, but the carry strap is full of UV. Look at that, I'm standing a couple of metres away now, and they're just, that gap in the middle there where you can't see anything, that's where the big Bassman is with no UV in it, and the one beside it is the one well lunch with just a little bit of UV, which you'll see as I get closer. There's the one well lunch there, the orange stripe. Without that stripe, it's got no UV. And there's the Bassman. And of course, the other thing we want to talk about is the laser pointer. There's the laser pointer, shining it on my car there. You can turn that on at the side. I can turn a torch on with it now. There's the UV. That's just suddenly lit up all those UV lures. But when I turn it off now, they both go off. So the side one for the laser, the main button for the UV or torch if you want it on torch. But then you can't turn the torch off without turning the laser off. Let's face over this way. Right, there's the, I'll turn the UV off. Right, there's me laser. It's hard to really show you how far away it is. It's easily shining on the other side of the river, but you probably can't see it with this camera. Australia has laws around how bright lasers can be, and I'm guessing this is probably at about the limit, I would imagine. It's as bright as it's allowed to be, but I can now turn a torch on. The laser's still on, you just can't see it. I don't know whether you can't see it there either. What if I go into that mode? So you can see it there, you can see the laser's still on. Don't forget to check out the video description below the video to find a link to the Olight sale, as well as all the information about discount codes, and thank you very much for watching. Right now, my torch has been stuck to the side of my car by its magnetic charger.